I would feel remiss if I didn't say this, and I have a motion I do want to make concerning this policy and a couple of others. First, I'd like to say I think that this board has been very approachable, very reasonable to new ideas and to new things when we've been approached. But in saying that, I would say everybody's had a civil, professional discussion, I think, among the board members sitting at this table, and I appreciate that out of everybody. But having said that, I feel like I need to say this. No board member deserves to be personally threatened and attacked, maybe or possibly because of a social or political stance they take in their personal lives. With that being said, so everybody knows what I'm talking about receiving emails that say things like this. As you well know, I'm in the business of speaking up for kids, all kids. Some of the tools I use are the rule of law and rules of procedure. For this reason, I must raise the following concern. You as a Franklin County Sheriff's Office deputy supervising SROs are either in conflict or appear to be in conflict when you take a political stand against a student club whose members have reported numerous bullying-based assaults only to find no law enforcement action taken. Legally, this is called deliberate indifference. It makes our county vulnerable to a federal lawsuit. And the particularly insulting part of this is I ask that you rediscover your integrity and resolve your conflicted status by either resigning your political post or requesting that SRO supervision be transferred to another capable officer. Please be advised this communication will also go to Sheriff Fuller and news media, which is okay because I see Sheriff Fuller pretty often. And I feel like I owe it to the board and I owe it to the public to make a couple of things clear about that. Number one, no one at the Franklin County Sheriff's Office in a supervisory role dictates to a subordinate that they charge or arrest anybody. That is at the discretion of the deputy involved in the case or investigator as it may be. It is their decision. They have discretion. They use their training and their good common sense, which I promise you they have picked up. And sometimes on advice and legal advice from the district attorney's office. So that's way off base from what we do. And I would also go ahead and say it's somewhat concerning that an organization that prides itself on tolerance, acceptance, and understanding takes such a violent attitude toward people that have a different opinion. The board has been more than approachable and reasonable to new ideas and suggestions. Case in point, we had a young man that came last week and did a magnificent job of trying to persuade us to change some of the dress code. But the biggest issue for approximately the last 3 months has been the creation of the Gay Straight Alliance Club at Franklin County High School. The fact of the matter is this: policing and GSA are actively supported and driven by adult left-wing activists that seem to have only the progression of their political agenda at heart, not the best interests of all students. Members of this board, me in particular, have been targeted and threatened, and I've been tolerated in every attempt to be civil and professional. But I will not set out and I will accosted professionally and personally by a representative of this organization that has different views concerning political and social topics. To threaten my livelihood and therefore threaten the way I provide for my children to have a secure home and to be able to progress to adulthood successfully is not only distasteful, it's the ultimate example of being what we are trying to prevent, and that's a bully. But I'm not in high school, nor am I unsure of my way in life. And for my children, myself, and what I truly believe is the majority of the residents of Franklin County, I will not be browbeaten, threatened, or bullied into compromising my names or belief systems. With that being said, I will make the motion that this board adopt policy 6.702.